Ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 36 of the Sibs podcast, and we are back after another month-long hiatus. And hopefully, we're going to crank out a few of these, more than a few of these, quite a few weeks in a row. For I guess this will make our season
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. Oh, you're not going to podcast from Vietnam?
And then we'll take another 2 week hiatus while I'm.
Well, maybe me and Michelle will podcast without you.
Yeah.
Maybe you should. I was actually thinking that earlier today.
We can have some guest appearances, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
maybe somebody could use that new AI program to pretend to be me, and they could join the.
I could do that as well.
We have many options.
Yeah, my YouTube channel is the star of the hit AI show right now, The Tax Godfather. So,
all right,
getting rave reviews on YouTube.
There we go. Done and
I'm
done.
Dana, and that's David.
Hello.
And that's Michelle. For those of you that might have forgotten us because we've been away for so long.
I know.
And we've just been we're going to be catching up this week because it has been quite a while since the three of us have gotten together virtually and had a little chit chat. So what's been going on, you two?
Nothing at all. Nothing is happening that is worth discussing.
Everything has been very, very, very uneventful.
Everything's fine. Like Ross on Friends.
Everything's great.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
this isn't awkward at all.
Oh, I'm not feeling awkward. I just don't understand how we're going to have a podcast without talking about what is actually happening in the world.
I think maybe that just we might just have to have a podcast tonight about the state of the world.
Well,
completely unplanned, off the cuff. Give our thoughts. I'm sure our audience wants to know, especially those overseas that have been following us closely. They want to know what's going on over here in America and how messed up the situation truly is.
Well, can I start? Can I start us off?
You can't say the E name. You can't say the E name because I'll get demonetized. YouTube is demonetizing people for using the E name. So
I don't want to say his name.
I don't either.
I don't.
So here's the thing. For everybody listening, we were talking a little bit before. Like last week, we had texted with each other. What do we want to do our podcast about? And Dana had talked about, we should talk about lessons we learned from Mom. I don't know that I can get into that right now, but I have been thinking a lot about what Mom would make of everything that's going on right now.
She'd be saying we're close to the end right now. Mm-hmm. Jesus is coming. That's what she'd be saying.
Absolutely. Yep. I was just saying that. And you know what? I mean, I'm just going to point out, not that I'm some kind of biblical scholar and not that I'm like super religious, because you all know I'm not. It does say that one of the signs of the end times is, and I noticed this, unrest among the Persians and the Medes. The Persians and the Medes back then were the same people that are living in modern day Iran. So unrest among them, forget about the fact that we apparently are preparing to do something over there within the next couple of days. There was that recent crackdown, right? Mm-hmm. Within that country. And it was pretty bad. I mean, I think it was far worse than even what the media was reporting. So
maybe perhaps instigated by a certain foreign country that has a lot of influence, particularly here in the United States. But do you think so? Do you really over there as well?
Do you really think that? I mean, I'm not saying that I disagree.
When their spy agency is going to social media and encouraging the people to go out in the streets and saying they have their backs, yes, I would say that they might have a little bit to do with that.
Okay, point taken. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming there's a lot of names and locations we cannot say out loud. Which actually kind of tells you about the state of things in this country, doesn't it? There are certain things you're not allowed to say.
Yep, we're not as free as we once believed we were, that's for sure.
So anyway, I've been thinking a lot about Mom in the aspect of, I hear her voice in my head. You got to get right with God, honey, because you're not going to have much time left. I can hear her saying that.
Auntie is going to be so happy to hear you say that.
I just keep thinking that this is like exactly why she wanted to be taken before all this happened. Right? She wanted to be gone before this happened.
Yep, she always used to say that.
So, yeah. It used to drive me nuts because I didn't think it would ever get to this point. Honestly, I never believed it. So,
Is our atheist brother having a spiritual awakening?
I'm not gonna. I mean, I think before I was like 100%, maybe even 100, like 50%, 150% atheist. Maybe now I'm more like 105%. No, I'm like mostly agnostic. I'm always open. I mean, I hear Mom in my heart all the time, so I still have her influence very heavy in me. So, yeah, I'm agnostic about it, but you can't deny a lot of the things that like she believed would happen are starting to happen. So that's undeniable.
That is undeniable. I mean,
yeah.
So, yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Well, I've been thinking about that a lot, but it's crazy. So you guys want to talk about the files first? Have you learned anything about the files? Anything new that you didn't know? Shelley, you were kind of telling us before that you weren't kind of quite aware of what was going on with all of that.
I was not.
The e-files we're talking about, people.
Yes.
We shall not say.
I call them the files because, like, hearing I can't even talk about it too much because if I close my eyes and I see his face, it really freaks me out. And I just don't know how more people aren't in, like, an uproar about this. Because to me, I am a person that will, I mean, you guys know, like, whenever we've done a political talk, I kind of stay quiet. I listen to both sides. This, to me, is not a political thing, and I
agree.
For a long time, I thought the files were a political thing, so I was like, oh, I don't know who this person is. I don't know why I need to care about him. I will say, I don't know if that's me being naive or uneducated, but I definitely was not educated on this.
Yeah, so for people that followed true crime, this would be something that they would know wasn't really a political thing. Like, David, I'm sure you've heard about all these stories in the true crime circles from the past, because I know I was, like, years ago.
Yeah.
So that was how I knew about it. But it was just a matter of time before it went into the mainstream that people realized how bad it is. The problem is now, right, people are so desensitized to it all. I think that's why the feedback and the blowback that you're, Shelley, isn't coming, because it's been so long. It's taken so long for it all to come to light. And B, people are self-absorbed now in their own nonsense. We live in more and more what is becoming a selfish society. But it was political for the election purposes, right? I mean, there's a lot of people. Definitely. There's a lot of people in the Trump camp that are saying, "I can't believe Trump wasn't more open to releasing the files sooner because he ran on it," but he never actually ran on it. Never a time when Trump was enthusiastic about releasing the files. It was Pam Bondi. It was Kash Patel. It was Dan Bongino. It was the people around him that were saying that. It was never Trump. In fact, he was always kind of like evasive about it. Like, he did not want to release the files. So he was never the one to say he was going to release them. So, like, I'm not that surprised at his reactions to it before and after they were released.
I don't think I'm surprised by his reactions either. I think if someone is surprised, I am surprised that they're surprised just based off how he handles most other things.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just surprised that people are still not willing to see what we're seeing and believe it. And I get that you don't have to believe everything that you see, but if you do your own research and you can go to the DOJ's website and see. That's where I went to see all those. I mean, there are a million links to click on.
And there's
obviously not a million, but there's a ton of links that you can click on to see for yourself. and you can read
And
them.
there's even more.
It's
If you go to the JML website, Ryan Grimm and
I
CoffeeZilla,
can't
they've
even.
compiled all the
I
files. A lot of those files that they have now were the ones because the DOJ uploaded a bunch and then took them down.
Took him
They were
down.
able to get a lot. They were able to get a lot of them before they took them down. So there's a lot of things in
yeah,
there that you wouldn't be able to find through the DOJ website anymore.
it's really disturbing to read, and it like I told you guys that I literally could not sleep one night because I was afraid to close my eyes. It just completely. I mean, I can't watch Law and Order. I'm kind of anyone that knows me knows like I have to watch like Michelle friendly things. So, but yeah, it's just it just freaked me out, and I wasn't expecting it to affect me. Like I cried that day we were texting about it when you had said, Dave, that you had gone down a rabbit hole. I had just finished going down a rabbit hole when you said that. It was so well timed. I don't know how more. I don't know how I didn't hear about it from a friend or some, like
Because have you realized nobody and none of the mainstream media is talking about anything regarding the more weird aspects of the files, like all the mentions of jerky and pizza and hot dogs. Like these are billionaires. I've seen a couple references to that one email that somebody sent to him. How are you feeling? Loved the torture video. Like, yes, that was an actual email that was sent. So part of the reason I think people aren't talking about it is because there still are a lot of people that just kind of get their awareness of the world from the mainstream media, and the mainstream media is not. They're focusing on, which is bad enough, right? And I to an extent I understand. You have to focus on like what actually happened. We know that he was guilty of trafficking and sexual assault. And that's horrible enough on its face, but there's this whole other layer that's in the files that nobody is talking about whatsoever.
I just don't know. Again, I just don't know how anyone can see a name and read something and then not change their opinion. I feel like it's okay to change your opinion, even if you are super pro Trump, you hate Trump, you loved whoever, Bill Gates, just any person, you love them or hate them. But when you see something like that, I just feel like you have to be able to adjust and be like, wow, like I was saying, like I really hate that I have to use the mail system that we have to use right now because I know it supports someone that did this, and it disgusts me.
Did you guys hear about? Ugh. I mean, did you read? There's an email that the person exchanged with somebody just named Bill.
Yeah.
In 2014, 2015, talking about preparing for a pandemic.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not see. No, I did not see. Well, I told you guys I did not read all of. I honestly don't think I can.
There's a lot of interesting things in, like, if you really look for connections. I mean, I've always said like follow and stuff like that. That's a big part of it. It's not just the girls and the trafficking issue. It's also like the funding. Where was this money coming from? Where was it going? Who was it going to? What was it being used for? And his whole operation is like crazy. It's wild. And the connections he had. I mean, thousands of exchanges between him and Steve Bannon, who was a big Trump advisor in the first term of Trump's.
Yeah.
Now he's a big Trump supporter. And but then, he's talking about invoking Bannon is talking about invoking the 25th Amendment during the middle of his first term because he thought they were losing control. So he was ready to stab Trump in the back, at the first sign of any sort of trouble. So, like, there's all these, like, I don't understand why people don't see all these, like, two-faced people, right? Like, people are two-faced, especially in this, like, billionaire E-class world. they're all self-serving, right? What's gonna get them ahead? What's gonna self-serve them? They don't care about us. And I think Trump's big downfall in this debacle is he didn't realize how much people would not let this go. This has been a story since the beginning of the term. I don't think he realized that there was going to be such a push. I think Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna in the House are American heroes for working together, crossing party lines to get these files released as much of them as they could anyway. I think, credit to Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert, two Republicans I disagree with almost every single thing that were willing to go against Trump last year when they met with the victims, heard these horrible stories before any heard the gritty tale, and were so moved that also joined the fight to get these files released. I think I'm so used to like bashing everybody in Congress, both parties, that it's actually it gives me a little bit of hope that there were people willing to step up.
Well,
in
hold
our
on.
Congress.
They deserve the bashing. I mean,
I know
it's
they
just-
do, but in this case, this was something that deserved to be brought to light, that people deserve to know, that people they're going to do what people are going to do with the information what they will. They might ignore it. They might go on with their lives and whatever about billionaires. Now they have that knowledge of this is how everything works, right?
So
You were being
can
lied
I
to
just,
all these years.
Can I just point something out? Like, we are literally grateful that there were two people in Congress that knew about this and had the human decency to actually bring it to light.
But
Like that tells me how freaking sad the state of affairs is in our society as a whole. That out of how many people are in Congress? We got what, 435 representatives? Is that right? We got 100
But
in
think
the
of
Senate.
all when they first did this push last year, nobody would give them the time of the day, David, and those two people, little by little, were able to get more and more of them on board until finally it was just everybody voted on it but one person in Congress.
Yeah.
Everyone voted but one in Congress. I mean, that's unheard of in our dysfunctional government. When it was completely flip-flopped last year, none of them wanted to release any of this. So I think that's what gives me hope, is that there is still some sway with, doing the right. It's not. I don't think there was a period where I thought was like, oh, this country's completely lost. We're on our way to the downfall. Things like that, especially when it's two people, more than two people in the end, coming together and working together to get something important passed and released, gives me a little bit of a hope for the future anyway. That maybe we can actually get out of this.
I have two questions for you guys. Do you think anyone will be held accountable?
In
this country,
No.
I do not believe so.
Hold on. I want to talk about the Andrew thing.
Oh, I figured we'd get there.
Because I want to. Can I launch into that?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I know you said you had
for
two
it.
questions.
That's okay.
Okay, so I want to draw. I know we have family members that listen to us that are very interested in politics. So I just want to say I've been seeing a lot on my social media feed when I do log on, people praising the UK for taking this step and, showing that even if somebody's a member of the royal family, they're not above the law. I am looking at this with complete cynicism. They basically said, we are going to let our least liked member of the royal family take the fall for this. This is not meant to show people that there's going to be justice done no matter who you are. And I say that because in the same week that they arrested Andrew, formerly Prince, right? Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Did I say that right?
Something like that, yeah.
I messaged you guys about this.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a problem in England with grooming gangs, and it is part of a specific immigrant community. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to cause any trouble, but it rhymes with Pac-Manistan. So
Man.
So there is a problem with this, and I've been researching this a lot. I've been going down that rabbit hole too, because the UK government kind of the theme here of let's not care if young women are victimized, pretty much, and girls, right? Because the UK government had the same problem with this particular community, and the parliament actually voted this week to not do an investigation into this, even though hundreds, if not thousands, of British girls have come forward in their families and said, I was trafficked from city to city and assaulted by people of this group. It's a huge problem. The BBC doesn't want to talk about it. The government doesn't want to touch it. Have you heard of Restore Britain, Dana? Have you guys heard of Restore Britain at all? Okay.
That might have.
Remember, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna. So this is what's happening in the UK, and I think it's important because it kind of mirrors a lot of stuff that's happening here. There is an independent member of parliament. His name is Rupert Green. Hold on.
It's funny. This kind of leads into one of my questions I was going to ask.
I do have a point with this, so just bear with me.
Okay,
Hold on. I want to make sure.
Have a similar point.
Rupert Lowe. Rupert Lowe is his name. He's a member of parliament. He's an independent. He's a fairly wealthy guy as far as the UK goes. I think he's like a businessman or something before he got into politics. He, like a week ago, dropped this video that has been pissing off a lot of people about his new political party, which is basically built on, it's called Restore Britain. That's the name of the party. And it's basically, he's saying we need to not only stop immigration, but anybody that hasn't assimilated, they need to go. And this is in direct response to a lot of what's happening with these women that have come forward. He is also funding an inquiry into this. So even though the government's like, no, he's been fundraising to fund an inquiry into what's been going on. Now the parliament is trying to push forward a new law that if you say anything that is critical of any community or specifically immigrants, not only are you guilty of hate speech, but you're also guilty of domestic terrorism. So to give you a little bit more context, one of the victims, her dad made a social media post complaining and being angry about the fact that they did not investigate what happened to my daughter because the perpetrator was part of this particular community and they didn't want to look racist. The police showed up at that man's house to arrest him. Okay. So basically what the government is doing now is I think they're pushing this. We're going to call people a domestic terrorist because that's what they're going to do with Rupert Lowe. They're going to try because he is unapologetic. He calls them Pakistani R gangs. He doesn't call them grooming gangs. He names the community, he names the act, and he said this is what is happening. And a lot of people are like, you're racist for doing that. And a lot of people, there was a recent interview where the person that was interviewing him was not on board with what he was saying. She called him a racist. She said, why are you not paying attention to the fact that there are white grooming gangs as well? And according to our official statistics, there's like a huge number of them. I actually did a little bit more research and I found out the difference is when it's one of those native English gangs that does that, people are arrested, they're charged, and they're put in jail. There are stories of victims have told that said the police sometimes showed up while the assault was happening and they did nothing. They walked away. So if you're not even charging and arresting people, how can you have official statistics of what's happening? So that's just, I just wanted to throw that out there. Like, this is happening across the pond. I think part of the reason I feel so strongly about this is because, Dana and I are half British, we're half English. And I've just, but it's really indicative to me of we are living in a time, for whatever reason, in the Western world, the governments are just absolutely not interested whatsoever in paying attention to the will of the people. Okay, sorry for my soapbox, but there you go.
We missed your soapbox, Dave.
So
Mendelssohn's getting let go to Britain.
So
there's definitely true blowback from the people in the UK and in France. There's some blowback.
There is, but you know what? It's not going to result. I'm just saying, the takeaway from this should be, don't get down on your knees and polish the UK's knob just yet for their stance for justice for victims, because yes, they arrested Andrew, but they also are doing all this other stuff. So I think even the arrest is a distraction. I don't think, as people have suggested, that it's going to be the end of the royal family. I don't think King Charles is going to abdicate. I don't think any of that's going to happen.
I think it's the prime minister's reign that's coming to an end.
Oh, Starmer has his own problems. Yeah,
because he knew. Listen, he said he admitted he knew about his connection to the EGOT. So I think that prime administration, that's going to have a downfall. Not necessarily the royal family.
Oh no, Starmer's done. He's out.
I mean, there's some corporate people here in America that have had to resign and stuff like that, but nothing criminal serious to them.
And the other thing to keep in mind, Andrew was arrested not because of the accusations of, things he might have done.
Yeah, because he was already
allegedly did. He was arrested for suspected misconduct in office, specifically because of certain emails he exchanged with the person, he who shall not be named, regarding
insider trading
stuff like that, contract details, things. That's what they're getting him on. They're not focusing on the other stuff.
They were already, from what I read, Virginia, was that the
Virginia Giuffre?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, she had already said her truth, as far as I am aware, and was already in some sort of legal, I don't know, battle is not maybe the right word, but that I don't think it was a surprise that his name came up in the files.
No, I mean, I'm sure anyone that was.
What was your second question, Shelly?
Oh, it's a little disturbing, but I saw this post. I don't know who it was from, because I just get social media, you get reshare of all these other people's things. But it said something along the lines of I wonder who is running the ring now, because demand doesn't just go away.
Okay, here's my theory.
I'm curious what you guys think about that, because I didn't think of that.
I have a theory about this.
And that's actually a very good point. And that still makes me sick.
It's the people in Silicon Valley. It's all the tech oligarchs.
That's what you think it is?
Their lifestyle is awfully close to the type of lifestyle that the E-guy lived. They all believe in polyamory. They all it's them. They're the ones with the money.
Think.
They're the ones with the power and the influence right now.
We're not stating a statement, everybody. This is
theories.
Opinions.
And I know I'm definitely not the only one that believes this. I can't be.
Well,
but
somebody's doing it.
It also depends on if you think in terms of taking his place as far as committing these type of crimes, or taking his place as if you believe him to be intelligence. That's a different story.
Right, yes. No, I heard that theory too, that he was a spy and reporting back and trying to having.
I mean,
dirt
if you
on
actually,
all these,
if you read the files, it's almost undeniable that he was intelligence. For which country? Debatable, but it's almost
well. Was he intelligence? I mean, but if you think about it, he was the guy, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. If you were somebody who is wealthy and powerful and you had certain tastes, he was the guy you went to get that. So it makes sense that the wealthy and powerful throughout the world would seek him out, knowing that he could procure whatever they wanted him to procure.
Yep.
Right? So that means people from the private sector, that means people from governments, intelligence, whatever. I don't think he was a spy in the traditional sense of the word. I think he probably, if anything, he probably had contact with the various intelligence agencies because he had so much dirt on so many people. He knew so much, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the reality is why are we focusing on this one guy? To me, the real issue is we have a bunch of people in power that look at us probably literally as cattle, apparently.
Yep. If even that, like probably less than that. Ants.
Yeah.
Or ants to them.
So I've gone full blown conspiracy theory. I'm not saying I totally believe in lizard people, but if it turned out to be true, I would not be surprised at all. Did you guys see the video? I don't know the context of Stephen Colbert. He did a bit where he's offering a baby to Moloch.
Oh no,
you
I
seen
didn't
that?
see that.
This is-
No.
You saying this is what's driving me crazy. So many of these things in the files that may or not be true. Some of them like are provable. These are all things that like Alex Jones was talking about like years ago when we were all calling him a crazy conspiracy theorist. And now he's backtracking everything he said when it's all like out there for everyone to see. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You were right. Like, take your victory lap. But he's so afraid. He's so afraid he's gonna hurt Trump, right? By like admitting that these things are right, that he won't take his victory lap, that he was right about these things.
Well, same thing with Roseanne Barr.
Wrong about
right?
Sandy Hook, by the way. He was dead wrong about Sandy Hook, by the way.
Oh, he was dead
Just
wrong.
letting you know that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. But
I mean, but seriously, as far as I'm concerned, I don't owe the government the benefit of the doubt. Anybody that's a representative of the government, yes, I'm saying it, and I know this sounds almost treasonous, but I love my country still. I very much believe in my country, but our leaders, as far as I'm concerned, you expect me to believe a damn thing you say, you need to bring your receipts. You need to have incontrovertible proof. Right now, I think the worst of all of them, and I don't think that I am somehow obligated to trust in the leadership right now of what we have, because clearly they're selling us out.
I don't know why you're laughing. The Dow is over 50,000.
Also, I am also in the camp. Now, I'm a guy that actually does invest in the stock market. I take a little bit of my own money. I invest where I can. I do, I'm obviously not wealthy. Look at me. But, I do okay. But I actually believe, like, if our entire economic and government system relies on PDF files being in charge, then I say let the whole effort burn down and let's just start over completely.
I just don't
don't
think
care what
there's
it is,
any
economy.
valid excuse.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think there's anything anyone could say to me about a name in that file if it has been proven. Even if it was, well, I don't know. It's disgusting.
I mean, there is a lot of
And-
people that I don't think partook in it, right? I don't think they did took part in some of those activities, but they damn well knew about it.
But they knew about it.
Yeah, and they knew about it, and they went along with it, and they still had stuff
And
to do
they
with
didn't
them.
say anything. Yeah,
I have that too. So
I'm having a hard time with this whole thing. I just don't know. I don't think anyone's going to be held accountable, and I think we're going to be having the same conversation a year from now. Unfortunately, that's what
5 years from now.
5 yeah.
5 years from now.
I was going to say if we're still here in 5 years, but so that's why I went with a year. I'm like, we might still be here in a year.
So, do we want to take bets on when they're going to actually parade an alien out in full view?
brought to you by DraftKings.
Well, I'm just saying, my money's on before the end of 2027.
Okay, so let's talk aliens. Let's talk aliens, y'all. Let's talk aliens,
They're going to
y'all.
try the war. They're going to try the war in Iran first, and when that doesn't work, and people are still focused on DE files, then they're going to we don't have a choice. I think the president and the former presidents, they all know that aliens exist. This is my theory, and I think they're holding on to that for when things get really, really bad for them and they can't sneak out of whatever they're being accused of, and then they're going to say, "Hey, look, here's an alien," and the alien's going to be like, "Yes, we are your new overlords." # deal with it.
Hey, you know what?
That's if AI doesn't. That's if AI doesn't take over
respect
first.
women and children. I'll take it.
Well, I don't know that they do
Honestly.
respect women and
they
children.
Won't. I don't think they will.
They won't.
Aliens won't.
No.
Oh.
No,
Well, then.
because they're probably the lizard people, which means they're gonna eat everybody, but especially babies. That's what they're into. And I want to be joking, but at this point, I don't put it past this timeline we're in for that to actually be the case. I
Oh,
really
God,
do. There's a part of me that really thinks like, yep, we're ruled by reptilian lizard overlords.
Oh my
the
God,
interdimensional lizard people are coming.
Have you really looked at Stephen Miller when he gives an interview? I mean,
Oh, he's definitely one of them.
just saying.
Oh.
And I think you know what the hell? I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if we get demonetized. I think Mark Zuckerberg. I think he's a robot that's been programmed by the alien. I used to think he was just a robot. Now I think he was actually programmed by the lizard people aliens. Because if you look at him during interviews, his new thing now. Have you heard about the new thing he wants to do?
No.
Oh, speaking of mom, I thought of mom immediately because I'm like, that is effed up. No, he wants, when somebody dies, he wants Facebook AI to continue to post as them.
Ew.
Yeah.
Why?
Tell me that
I
guy.
Go back to 1990.
Do we really think this guy is human? I'm just saying.
I want to go
No
back.
no
was just
genuinely
2 in
human
1990.
mind would come up with that idea and think, hey, this is a great idea. That came from either a robot or a lizard person. I'm just saying.
Have you guys
I
ever
should
watched
add
Black
a
Mirror?
disclaimer that I am, my statements are being made for entertainment purposes only. They're really not. I believe everything that I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Seriously,
this was so fun.
I'm just being facetious. I don't really believe anything that I just said, guys.
Nonsense.
Will that protect us?
We're just
I did.
making up silly conspiracy theories. That's all.
I'm just saying, we know that we're safe because I didn't drag the Clintons into this, so we should be okay.
Oh.
And I'd go over for a jog, David, and suddenly decide you're going to shoot yourself in the chest and then shoot yourself in the back.
Yes. Not only will I be demonetized, I'll be delifetized.
That's not funny.
What do you? I told you guys the mask is coming off. They are literally rubbing it in our faces right now. I honestly believe.
And we're taking it. We're all taking it.
Well, what can we really do? I mean, what can you actually do if you're a regular person
That's
like
what
we
I was
are?
thinking about. It's funny you say that. I was thinking.
Read your Bible, people.
Oh my god!
It's all in the Bible.
Read the actual Bible, people. I was thinking about what I could do. And all I have come up with, I told this to Mike, I said, if anything comes up of anyone, that any product or any device, anything that we use, and it's like known that they're in the files and they're disgusting, we're not using said product or whatever. That's the only thing I can think to do. It's a small piece, but I don't know what else I can do.
I don't think you can do. Excuse me. I don't think you can use or do anything then, because pretty much anything you would use on a daily basis or touch or talk on or go on the internet with has been tainted by the man we call E.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, form, or otherwise.
Just makes me
Unfortunately.
mad that we can't do anything. That was the only thing I thought. I was like, oh, I can just not use this product or whatever. You know? It's small, but I don't know. I don't... Because it is a feeling of helplessness. Like, how do you know? You want to make the world a better place. How? How?
It's hard.
It is hard.
I think what you have to do is do it in your own like little bubble, and make the differences that you have the ability to make in people's lives, and hope and pray that other people would do the same. basically like mom would. you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I think about how many lives that mom touched, and she didn't even realize it. All the
Yeah.
people she helped when she was in housing and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like without even realizing how she was making a difference.
The
Like,
random
she
lady at
wanted to-
CVS that she
she-
invited to Thanksgiving.
She wanted to
Stranger.
make a difference. She wanted a difference in people's lives. She wanted to leave. I think she wanted to leave an implant. And she didn't want to do it for her own vanity. She wanted to do it for the Lord, basically, right? Like she was,
Yeah.
you know. But I think she always felt like she failed. And I think when she was in her final days and shortly thereafter, we came to learn how many people's lives that she touched, for sure.
Yeah.
I know me in like completely unexpected places. I remember I was like driving for Lyft at the time, and I had like a customer that I had given rides to a few. I had no idea he knew mom, and
Yeah.
I had mentioned my mom had died, and he like knew exactly who I was talking about, and knew her from like when she worked at the Marie's, and how kind she was to him all the time, and how sweet she was. Like he just remembered, and I was like, oh, my mom touched everybody's lives. Like anyone that came in contact with her was a little bit better for knowing her.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's a good way to be, huh? That's what we should
And that's-
do. Leave
and
everybody
that's
a
how
little
you
bit
make it-
better off.
yeah, that's how you make your difference, right? And honestly, that I struggle with every day. Sometimes part of it's like just the sad reality of my position in life, but other parts of it is just like I just feel like it's a work in progress for me. Like I don't want to be a burden to people. I want to be enhancement to people's lives. I want to have people being better off for knowing me like they were for mom, and I feel like I failed at that so many times. So that's something I struggle to work on. The difference between me and mom is like I do it because I think it's a morally good thing to do, which mom was a morally good, but she just went that step further. She was living her life for the Lord. I'm not. I'm just trying to be a good person.
Well, he might be. Give him a couple more weeks. He's now agnostic, and before he was atheist. We can roll the tapes back.
That's
well,
true.
we had this. Listen, we had this conversation last year. And when we were talking about like general life lessons learned, and I said I generally, because of the way I was brought up with mom, I try to live my life. I try to. I don't succeed often.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. I don't always. But I
And
try
Mom
to
would
live
be
my
the
life.
first to say that she doesn't always succeed or didn't always succeed either.
I try to live my life the way I think like Jesus would. Whether he was a real person or not, if he was, I try to live my life the way I believe he would. And whether he was the Son of God or not, if you read the Bible, and I've read the Bible many times, despite the fact that I'm agnostic / atheist, I've read the Bible many, many, many times. The biblical version of Jesus was a very, very good person.
So,
In fact, perhaps the best person in the Bible.
so I'm gonna be
Except
that
saying
guy.
He's supposed
Oh,
Son of
here we
God.
go.
I'm gonna be that guy, Dana. There
What's
are
that?
many, many, many Christians out there who would say, after hearing what you just said, that even though you do not call yourself a Christian, because you are following the teachings of Jesus and you are following and trying to live by his example, that you are, in fact, a Christian, even if you don't call yourself one and don't go to church.
I would. Well, the thing is I would say to many Christians, and Michelle,
Me, I'm going to
you
a lake
probably-
of fire. I'm just throwing that out there. I
I'm
know
sure
I'm going
that-
to a lake of fire.
I'm sure, Shelley, you encounter many Christians that you think they're not very Christian. I feel oftentimes, in many ways, despite the fact that I am a self-professed atheist, I consider myself more Christian than most Christians I encounter, because their behavior doesn't reflect the way I believe a Christian should behave.
Yeah, I think it
Very
depends
often.
on the Christian. Yeah.
So
I think there are some that are very
But that's
much like mom.
because of
and
mom's
some-
influence on me. I believe that's because of mom's influence on me, right? Like mom, I used to have this debate with mom all the time because she used to get so upset that I wasn't walking with the Lord, thought she was a failure, and she couldn't understand how I could be a moral person if I didn't have the Lord. And I was like, Mom, you taught me my morals. You did that. I'm a moral person. I try to be a moral person because of you. Because I grew up with you and watched how you were. Right? So,
Yeah.
Can I throw something out there that Mom said to me once just to get what you all think of it?
Sure.
I don't know if I've ever told you this story before.
Okay. Well, the
I
world's
used to-
gonna know now.
Yeah, the world's going to know now. I used to want to be a politician really bad when I was like a teenager. Right?
Okay.
I had all these grand designs about how I was going to fix the world, which I think if I was dictator for a day, trust me, I would clean this crap
Dictator
up
Dave.
in no time. Dictator Dave. Anyway, I was talking with Mom about that, how I wanted to be a politician. And one of the things she said was, well, you got to play the game, honey, and you don't like to play the game with people. And if you're going to be successful, blah, blah. Then she got a little, not that she wasn't serious at first, but she really believed, she was Christian. She really believed that the devil was alive and, in the world, at work, ruling the world.
Mhm.
And she said to me, and I don't know what you guys think about this. I want to hear your reaction. But she did say this to me. She said, well, honey, the devil is real and he is trying to collect souls. And I think he has a really definite interest in you. For whatever reason, she thought the devil would have a big interest in me. And if I went into politics, the temptation would be too much. What do you make of that?
she used to say that about
she
me too.
used to
Not
say
about the
so this
politics
is-
part, but
She used to
Okay.
say that to me about.
So it was
both
like
of
a
you.
lesson thing. It was
she
like a
wanted
lesson.
us to fear. She wanted us to fear
us.
the devil. No,
Yeah.
no,
Not you.
she wanted
Well,
us all to fear the devil.
Yeah, I think she never said to me like the devil has an interest in you, but it was definitely the devil has an interest in anyone that he can get, meaning anyone, meaning me.
Oh, yeah. She
Um,
definitely told. She definitely
she-
told me. He has
yeah.
interest
Oh,
in
yeah.
me specifically.
Yeah,
The
she
devil
said
is
me
real.
specifically too. Okay.
I mean, seriously. If
Our
you
mom
don't
loved us.
believe
Everybody.
now-
We're not.
What'd you just say?
I said
She
our
did
mom
love
loved
us,
us.
yeah.
Everybody. She loved us very
Oh,
much.
but that's
She feared for our souls. I think.
I was just gonna say if you knew her, that was her loving you as hard as you can. Like she didn't sugarcoat that kind of stuff. She wanted her family in heaven with her, and she would use her dying breath to tell us anything she could about how God loved us.
Oh,
and that
even
we were
even
His.
oh, she
and-
made sure at her memorial service that we got the message. I went there expecting to hear a eulogization of Mom
No.
and what a wonderful person she was. Oh no, it was Jesus is just waiting for you, David and Dana, to take the step forward and come back to him.
But that's Mom.
Yes, that
She
is
did
definitely
nothing if
Mom.
it wasn't for the glory of God. So even in her funeral,
what-
she's like,
what
nope,
else,
I'm gonna get
is-
them.
Besides Mom, have you guys ever witnessed someone die?
Yes, my dad.
Okay.
Couple of grandparents.
Was he
yes,
scared?
I have.
Was he terrified, or was he not quite there?
So it's funny. Before watching Mom pass, I would have said he was calm. But then watching Mom pass, he did
You
look
realize-
nervous compared to
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure
'Cause
where
I think
he is.
Most people are
He's
terrified
probably
of death.
not in heaven, but
Most people are terrified of death, right? And
I am. I'm not gonna lie. I am.
Mom was so confident about where she was going
Mm-hmm.
that she had no fear at all.
No fear.
No fear. She was ready to go.
She just
So
seemed a
Shell-
little. Oh, sorry.
I don't think it's accurate to say that your dad's probably not in heaven.
You don't think so?
No.
Well,
I don't, and again, not like I said, I'm not a theological Christian scholar, people, so I don't claim to know how this stuff works. And for a fact that I and your dad definitely, in no way, shape, or form, got along in any capacity.
oh, I see it every day on my desk because I have a wedding photo of all 5 of us. And no word of a lie. I'm gonna bring it next week so you can see it. No word of a lie. Like Dana and Mom are really close. Me and Mike are really close. My dad's really close to me, and then you're like this, next to Dad, like so, like in the picture, but like far. I'll have to show you guys. Very funny. Not funny, but it's. Anyway, continue.
I don't I don't know. I mean, again, like I said, this is all just pure speculation. I'm not going to claim to know like how Christian thought works or God works. I can't picture somebody who has been through a lot of, not that what they did was okay or that it's excused, but I can't see that being the only thing that would be counted when their final tally is summed up. Because, and I've thought about this a lot. Yes, I have lots of reasons to be angry at the guy and lots of reasons to resent him. He also had a hand in giving me a sister that I love very much.
That's me.
He also took me in to see the Celtics during the Big Three era and get Casey Jones's autograph.
That's
like,
really the big win here.
He
Not
also
the little
took me.
sister. The Celtics
He also
game.
He got
On
and
the
me for
floor.
Larry Bird. I got Larry
Hold on.
Bird's. I got
Yeah.
Larry Bird's autograph from him, but I gave it away. Actually.
He also
It was really
took me
liked.
to see the Red Sox. He took me to see the Red Sox play the Royals, where I saw Bo Jackson get to play.
Yeah.
I never thought that I would get a chance to see Bo Jackson play.
Now I'm third fiddle.
And
Okay.
Bo Jackson, I mean, he not only did Bo Jackson like kick ass in that game, I think he had like a homer and like 3 hits. But the Red Sox came back and won 7-6.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
they were
given
down
you a
6-1.
lifetime of sisterly love, but yes, please.
Bo Jackson,
come, back
come on,
8-6.
Shelly,
Bo
come on, Bo Jackson, give me a break.
I mean, Bo Jackson and Casey Jones in the Big Three show. Okay, priorities.
All I can
But
say.
what I'm saying, like, I don't know that we can say where anybody ends up. To be honest with you,
Well,
that's my honest thought.
if you believe in the Bible, it does say it does not matter all the good you do. I don't know if I'm not. This is me paraphrasing. This is not exactly word for word, but you can be a good person and still end up in hell. You have to have the relationship with God. You have to follow him. You have to believe in him. You have to try to live like him. And I don't know that my dad did that. So if I'm going based off Bible teachings that I've heard throughout my life, you can be a great person and still go to hell. And on the flip side, which like can make my stomach turn as well, you can be a terrible person, decide at the end of your life that you're going to live for Jesus and end up in heaven.
I was
Well,
listening. To,
okay, let me just throw
So-
one more thing out there.
Yep.
I'm assuming you've prayed for your dad
Yes.
at some point.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
so yes, that is all true. But again, from what I understand, God also has a history of being more favorable and interceding when somebody makes a prayer on behalf of somebody else.
That is true.
Right?
Yes,
So
that is true. I forget the verse, but yes, like if like in a
I
relationship.
sound like a
right?
freaking
Like,
priest over here. I swear, I'm not.
I don't
not.
know the verse. I wish I did word for word, but I remember Mom telling me that because I am Christian and because I believe and I follow and all that, like I can get someone, like I can get Mike into heaven essentially, like because he does not believe that because I have faith for the both of us essentially I'll have to find the verse and send it to you guys because I'm totally butchering it, but it's something along those lines. Anyway.
I was listening to a religious conversation the other day, and the religious expert said, "It's not when you go. It's not the works that get you into heaven. It's not. You don't go to heaven because of your works. You go to heaven through your works. In other words, it's not what you did. It's why you did it. Who you did it for."
Yeah, well, that's like, and Auntie will tell you this story too. I don't think she'll mind me saying it, but there was something that had come up at work, and Auntie was like kind of just annoyed at the whole thing. And Mom said, "Eileen, are you doing it for you, or are you doing it for the glory of God?" It was exactly what Auntie needed to hear. It like snapped her out, and her and I say that, when we talk about
Okay, so
stuff at breakfast. And
Here's
when I get frustrated
here's
at
how-
work, she says it to me, "Are you doing it for God, or are you doing it for you?"
So here's how mom advice like that from mom helped me recently and Caitlin, because we've been discussing for the past several months getting a new car. My car, fantastic. that I love. I've put over 500,000 miles on it. You heard that right? 500,000
Wow.
miles on it and going strong. But we were thinking like, okay, we're at the point now is, maybe we need to consider getting like a bigger car. Kids are getting older now. But on the other hand, it's not like we're swimming in money right now. And the Prius does have some issues with it, but I'm in the process of buying. After all this, I guess I'll go with the story first. So Caitlin and I sat down in January and we said, okay, we want to get a new car. So our options are keep the Prius, fix it up, and get a second car, get like a loan on a second car. But we've already done this before where we had a loan, which we used to have the loan on the Prius. We don't anymore. Where we had a loan and then we got a second car and then we had to give up the second car because we just couldn't afford a loan on a car and a second car, insurance, gas and stuff. And then if anything goes wrong,
Yeah,
with
it
the stuff,
all
we couldn't
adds
afford
up.
it.
Yeah.
So we said, we can't do that. We can't have two cars if we have a loan on one of them or either of them. So we're not going to do that. So option B was we trade the car in or we get rid of the car and then we get a new car. And so we went through the pre-qualification, got pre-qualified for a decent amount. And it would have been less of a loan than we even paid on the Prius before because we were getting like a lower value car. So we applied, went through everything. We were going to get it. And then I was starting to get cold feet about it because business-wise in January, I was doing really good in January, which was okay because in November, December was horrible for me and I was like way behind on stuff. So January gave me a chance to start catching up on stuff. But then the beginning of February hits, I start slowing down again. Now I'm panicking. Okay, if we get a new loan, am I going to fall behind on the loan? Am I going to lose this loan? So I'm like thinking about it. I'm worried about it, stressing about it. I talked to Auntie Eileen and Uncle Dana about it, gave get their 2 cents. Caitlin was really, really harping. She really wanted to get the new car. She had her heart set on the new car. And I was like, all right, we'll just apply for the loan. We'll see if we get it. If we get it, then we'll go through with it. And then I was like thinking, and I was like, at this point, I'm like, I kind of hope it doesn't go through, because now it's giving me some anxiety. But I also don't want to break Caitlin's heart because she wants like a new car.
Yeah.
So, and in my head, I'm like having this conversation with Mom, and I know what Mom would say. I'm just hearing Mom in my head saying, "Well, you know what I would say, Dana, you got to pray on it."
Yep.
But I know you're not going to. She would say, "I know you're not going to pray on it because you don't pray. So at least take a step back and take some time to think about it before you make such a big decision." So that's what I did. I just kind of I talked to the dealer where the car with the van we were looking at was selling, and I said, listen, this is what I know I can do. I know what I can afford every month. And this is we got pre-approval from several banks, and he said he worked with one of the banks. And but if we're going to require a down payment over this amount, we can't do it. I know I can't do it. So I guess I just laid it all out to him. He goes, all right, well, I'm going to run this through the banks and I'll get back to you. And then I was like, all right, I've done my part and I kind of hope it falls through.
Which should have been your answer.
Well, that was my answer. I knew it was my answer, but I also didn't want to break Caitlin's heart.
Yeah.
She had her heart set on it. And then, of course, a couple of days later, it all fell through. We couldn't get the financing because it just... What happened was I was behind on my credit card from before, and now I'm caught up on my credit card, but it's not updated on my credit report. So I have that 30-day late payment of my credit report. They're like, well, he's got recent late credit payment, and even though I've already paid it, so I was like, all right, that's good, that's fine. It fell through, so I was fine with it, And I was so I said to Caitlin, all right, we're just gonna whatever that we were going to use towards a new car. We'll just fixing up this car, and then we'll start saving for a car that we can buy in cash. If we're going to get a second car, we can't have a loan out. So we'll start banking money, and then we'll hopefully this summer have enough to pay cash for a cheaper car that's probably going to be older and not as good as we would have gotten a dealership. But she's got her heart set on having a car to get her and the kids around, which I agree with. Right. So I said, that's the priority. That's what we'll work on. So that's what we're going to do.
Nice.
But it was, it was that conversation, that internal conversation I was having with Mom and hearing her voice and the things she said that really kind of candid me about it. And like you said, it gave me my answer. I already knew the answer. I knew what the answer was. But
Yeah.
The mom taught me how to think like that. So
Well, I think that's one of the things, like, Mom always used to say to us, like, oh, I should have listened to that. Like, I had this feel. She used to call it like a, what was the word she used? It'll come to me after. It was like a gut feeling that she had, and she was like, I should have listened to it, and I didn't. I should have listened to it, and I didn't. And then, like, towards, like, the end of her life, she would be like, I had that feeling, and I listened to it. She was very good about telling us when she did and didn't do things so that we would know to do the thing that our gut was telling us to do, or not to do the thing that our gut was, like, to listen to our gut. At least for me, that's how I took that lesson. But yeah. Dave's
How about
looking
you, Dave?
tired over there.
well, I want to know if Dave
What
has any lessons like that. He's recently had to.
From mom.
Yeah. Anything you've applied recently?
Well, I will tell you something I think I got from mom that I've applied throughout my whole life is just the idea of having faith, not in a religious sense. Like, mom had faith in a religious sense, right? Like, she had faith in God, whatever. I've always just kind of had faith that, like, no matter how bad things get, I'll come through on the other side. As long as I just kind of keep doing what I'm supposed to do, as much as it sucks in that moment, I'll come through on the other side. I've always just kind of had that attitude, and I think I got that from mom. So and I've always thought of it as, yeah, I have faith, not in, like, God or whatever, but I just have faith in, like,
Yourself?
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was mom, right? Like, she never quit, she never gave up.
Yeah.
She worked through it till she got to the other side. So it is.
Yeah,
it is
I mean, I
having
think it's
faith
something
in
I got.
yourself, too.
Yeah, I mean, and I think mom, because we know mom, she would say, well, she had that faith because she knew God would have carried her through.
Yes,
you know what
she
I mean?
got the
But,
strength to go through from God. Yes.
it's interesting though, because I think you guys got most of your ideas about faith and religion from mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that fair to say?
Definitely, I did.
Yeah. My whole introduction to the idea of, like, God and faith and everything actually came from Nana. It didn't come from mom.
Oh.
Interesting. Well, Nana was Catholic.
She was-
too, right? So
Yeah, Nana was
Yeah.
like a devout Catholic, so she
Yeah.
taught me the Lord's Prayer when I was 5. She taught me the Hail Mary. Like, she's the one that actually taught me all that stuff. She's the one that taught me about the devil.
See, even Nana knew the devil wanted you. She was laying the groundwork.
She also told me once, she's like, when you're older, you're gonna want to touch girls' boobs. And I was like, ew, I'm never gonna want to touch girls' boobs.
Oh my God, our family doesn't sugarcoat anything
No,
sexual.
nothing.
We just talk
nothing
about
is sacred.
it. Oh my God.
Just out there.
Yep.
Jeez. Nana coming in hot.
God, do I have to make sure my nana? Do I have to make sure my nana isn't in the e-files? I mean, geez.
Oh my God. Nana would never.
No, Nana would never be in
And
the
if she
E-files.
would, you know what? I would be very mad
Hurt?
and disappointed. And I wouldn't use her product. No more meatballs.
No, well, I remember actually having a conversation with mom, because I didn't know, like, the circumstances of my birth. I didn't know how she met our dad, Dana and I's dad. Like, I didn't know any of that stuff. So I'm glad I did have a conversation with her, because I talked to her actually that September that I came back to surprise Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me the story of how she met, like, our dad. And she told me the story of getting pregnant with me. And she's like, yeah, Nana was like, just get rid of it, Lorraine. Like, if you're worried, just get rid of it. I was like, wow, thanks, Nana. Because it was 76 that she
Yeah.
was pregnant with me, 75, 76, and Roe v. Wade would have just been put into law. So
Yeah.
that would have been an
I was
option.
gonna say,
You know
Nana
what
was
I
a
mean?
progressive Catholic. You know.
Yeah.
It was a very progressive
She believed
Catholic.
in the right for women to choose. I think that's why mom, though, was so, like, pro-life. So because I think because she was in the situation and someone was like, just take care of it. Just take care of it.
Just, no,
think
not
that
take care of it.
mortified her.
No,
Get
no.
rid- literally
Mom's
saying,
words
"Get rid
were
of it."
literally, get rid of it. And then, but then somehow Nana, who apparently was, advocating for my prenatal demise, eventually ended up being the one to name me.
Right? Yeah.
Because,
there you go.
Because
Is
Well,
there a
for what
Saint-
it's
is
for
there
what
a
it's worth,
Saint
I'm quite glad our mother decided not to get rid of it.
Yes, me too. Even though you could care less about my sisterly love and that you would rather have Red Sox tickets and
Even though you
Celtics
would,
tickets and Bruins
even though
tickets, I'm very
what?
glad that we have it with us tonight.
even though you are so bored with your brother and sister that you decided to move 3,000 miles away, I am quite happy that my mother decided not to get rid of it.
First of all, you're welcome, because it was the miracle of my birth and the wondrousness of my birth that made Mom realize how much she loved being a mother. Let's forget the time that she told me about when I was a kid and I wouldn't stop crying. And she literally told me I had to go run outside onto the porch and cry for half an hour because if I didn't, I was going to strangle you.
yeah,
because you wouldn't stop
postpartum,
crying.
people. Again,
Our mom loved us. She made very clear throughout that she never regretted having children. It was the best thing she ever did.
oh, of course, but
It's
this
just funny.
is stuff that, like, again, so I mean, I don't want. We're having fun, but like, even back then, postpartum was a real thing, and it wasn't
was a real
talked
thing.
about.
No,
Like,
it wasn't talked about. And
It's
and,
a real
and the
thing,
reality
people.
is,
Don't ignore it. It's a real thing.
and I just want to say, putting on my therapist cap for a minute, multiple things can be true at once. You can be a very, very happy, loving parent that loves your child, and you can be absolutely infuriated and at your wit's end at the same time. Both of those things can be true. So I literally do think it's funny when Mom tells me these stories, like the one where I won't get into it, but
We could tell us
We're-
off.
Oh, now you have to. Now you have to. We have an audience that's now like, okay, he just started telling a story and stopped in the middle of it. Now you
that's
have to.
true.
Now
I
you
mean,
have to.
the Clintons are going to arrange for me to shoot myself in the back with a shotgun, so
Stop.
I might as well just keep going.
Well, Dave, come on.
Stop.
Local therapist and very little known podcaster David Scott was found dead today.
Oh, you mean?
no.
Oh, you mean the? Are you insinuating that the Clintons are going to start what Mom considered? The Clintons are going to finish what Mom's considered starting?
Stop it.
And now the audience is really mad at you, David.
Yeah.
Well-
some things are just better left unsaid.
You know
people.
what? I gave the audience enough with my rant about the lizard people and our overlords. And I dropped
you
some
have to
knowledge about.
You have to understand, Dave. The people don't care about the lizard people. What our audience really cares about are Dave's stories. That's because you are the favorite. You are the favorite of the audience. You are Sibriv's top character. So it's your stories. It's your true life, real stories and experience that the audience cares about. Not about
No.
the lizard people and the
is
conspiracy
how-
holes you go down.
This is how I am in real life, which is probably why I don't have many close friends. Huh. Now that I think about it, but really, this is who I am.
Well, you're very
It's
likable.
not just a
apparently.
character.
Well, there was this one time that Mom said to me, "Oh, you know what? I'm not going to tell you guys. I'm not going to tell you guys."
You know what, Dana? That's probably a good idea. I support your decision to wait until we're off air before telling us what. So, okay, I'll
Wow, I
give
feel
you
so
the gist of
validated.
it.
Dave, do not crumble under the pressure. No is a complete sentence. You do
If
not
we-
have to tell the story right
Just
now.
to be clear, we can we are recording. We're not live, so we can always cut things if we decide. Maybe we won't put that.
Okay, you know what?
That is
You're
true.
right. You're right, sister, who I love very much, but not as much as I loved being able to see Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish share the same court.
The big three, Shelley. Come on.
Do you realize how iconic that was?
I know.
And I was not just courtside. I was out of bounds on the court.
Amazing.
I'm just saying. You know the history between me and your dad,
I know.
but that really goes a long way towards balancing the scales. I'm just saying.
It is. Mom always used to say that it's amazing that you guys love me.
I don't think
Because-
so. No.
No, she.
That's
no,
ridiculous.
She said that to me.
That's absolutely
That
ridiculous.
That you know what? That is where I think both mom and your dad were absolutely just totally clueless. Is they both feared at one point that Dana or I would not love our sister because we didn't share the same dad. That is the one criticism I have of both of them, really, is that they were too. That tells me they didn't really know me and Dana in certain ways. They didn't know us at all. The fact that they would even question that is, the fact that mom would question that is like, what the hell?
I will tell you that mom only questioned it because it was more probably so Dana for you, because I used to get Dana in trouble a lot. Like, he would take the brunt. Like, if I did something bad, Dana got the brunt of it. Even though Dana had nothing to do with it.
You would also keep hanging around when I wanted to make out with my high school girlfriend.
What?
I mean,
what? Make out or have sex? What? I feel like you were about to say have.
Make out is what I said.
I'm pretty sure you went
make out.
Make out.
No. You said have. Make out.
He did, right? He did.
No.
He did. Yes, you did. Play it back.
No. No.
We have it on tape, Dave.
That did not happen.
Sorry, Hawaii. We're
Make out with my high school girlfriend, and I will have you know that is all that my high school girlfriend and I did.
Okay.
Anyway. It is. No, honestly, we did not do what you
Yes, we know, because we used to. Because you guys used to sit at the bottom of the stairs in the hallway, and we used to sneak down and spy on you.
Exactly. You should know that. And Michelle, her version of spying was, let me come right up over and start talking to you guys.
Well, I didn't know. I was little.
Oh, you knew. You knew. Some part of you knew, I think.
I don't think I did. I walked in on Dana once. Do you remember that, Dana?
I do.
Well,
yep.
Mom walked in on me and my high school girlfriend once.
I don't understand how you guys were allowed to have significant others in your room, because I was
We
never...
weren't. We weren't after that. We weren't after that. Not allowed at all. Mom handled it like a champ, though. She just went, "Oh, sorry," and closed the door and left. Of course, that put a halt to anything that might have happened. So during and in the immediate aftermath, Mom was really cool, and then afterwards, oh boy, did I hear!
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, so good. I've never heard that story. That's a good one. But anyway, yes, I'm very glad that you guys love me.
If you were never allowed to have your significant others in high school in your room, I'm the reason that Mom lost that trust. Yeah.
I think I'm a girl. I would never have been able to anyway. But
that's probably true. Yeah.
But that hallway saw some things. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that hallway definitely saw some things. Let me tell you.
The basement did too.
That was not a very nice basement.
It wasn't, but it was frequent. It wasn't, but it was frequently used.
Oh, Dana, the basement, really?
Oh my God!
Were you like role playing or something?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I was a little troll.
Lotion in the basket.
I was a little troll. Come, I'm a troll under the stairs.
That basement was something else.
That basement was...
Wow. She loved you.
I made sure it was stocked with blankets and pillows.
Oh, okay. Candles, I hope. Some sort of lights.
Flashlight.
All right, we gotta stop this.
Well, just think about it. Like, no one ever went down there. Except for
true.
one time, the second floor neighbor went down there on me.
The mean one that used to broom? Or,
no.
Oh, okay.
The guy that was there before her.
Oh,
after.
okay.
Before her?
I forget. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Oh, that's so funny.
Sibriv has definitely struck back.
Yes. We are back, baby. We are back.
We'll be back next
man.
week.
We truly went off the
Yes.
cuff tonight.
Yeah. Which is fine. We needed
Or today,
to get,
if you're listening in the morning.
Yeah, we needed to get some things off our chest, and we just needed to have our serious conversation and then have our normal, laughable,
Banter.
lighthearted banter.
I haven't even gotten close to getting everything off my chest about what's happening. I think we need to shift our focus to commenting on the world's demise as the world is in the midst of its decline moving forward. I do. I think
I don't know why you
The world-
David. David, the Dow is at 50,000.
actually
The NASDAQ is over 7,000.
We are in the
Let-
most transparent presidency ever in the history. Just like Abraham Lincoln.
let's see. Oh, actually, my stocks are doing okay. Actually, the Dow is not at 50,000. It closed at 49,625.97.
Oh.
The Nasdaq closed at 22,886.07,
Oh, so this makes everything fine.
and the S&P 500 is at 669.0951.
Well, just to be clear, this is what we should be talking about. We shouldn't be talking about some dead guy and all the people he abused and all the connections he had. You
The
know, and how
Dow
they
is
had
the
a big
thing that
cabal to
matters.
rule the world and, treated people like cows and
So I found a link of somebody that determined, when members of Congress buy stock, they found a link to where they can get that information. So if you guys want me to share it with you and you want to make some money, you can buy the same stocks that certain members of Congress are buying. And then in 6 months, you'll have a sudden windfall.
That's not considered
insider trading.
yeah.
Hey,
Well, it's public, I guess, right? This
it's
guy's
public
sharing it.
information. It's public information. And if Congress is doing it, certainly you're not suggesting that Congress would engage in such activities.
I
And
would
illegal
never.
activities.
I would never.
Right.
What's good for Nancy Pelosi is good for me, whether it be stocks, breast implants, facelifts.
I'm just saying, even like a relatively small investment of a couple $100 could potentially turn into a couple $1,000 6 months down the line, which is small potato. I mean, like in the grand scheme of things, is small potatoes, but for people like us that are not part of the elite, it could be kind of helpful, kind of useful
I don't
at
want to be
times.
part of the elite. The elite doesn't seem like a cool club to be in.
I don't want to be part of the elite either, but I'm just saying, clearly we live in a world where it's every person for themselves, and we got to do what we got to do to, take care of ourselves and our families. So
You guys wouldn't want to go to a cool island that has trap doors all over the house and
no, thank
that
you.
lead to the
No.
ocean?
No, that I do have some scruples. That's where I draw the line.
No.
I have no problem investing in aerospace defense companies, even though I know it's totally immoral to do that. I say that without shame. I don't care. I'm not here to save the world. I invest to save money or to make some money. But there are some things that I would not do. I've thought about investing in Monsanto just because my ex-wife is a rabid environmentalist that hates that company. And it was kind of
So
be
you
like,
do it out of spite?
out of spite. But I haven't. Like I said, I have some scruples. I'm like, you know what? They've engaged in some pretty shady dealings, and even though I could make a lot of money,
Well, I mean,
I could turn a little bit of money into
I-
a
if
lot
you
of
want to
money.
make all the money
is
right
that
now,
a knock? Is that a knock I hear at your door? Is that the devil? Is the devil knocking on your door right now?
all the real money right now is in online gaming and casinos. That's where all the real money is. If you really want to invest in companies, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Did you notice the Super Bowl?
Oh yeah.
Like
Oh,
literally
did you guys
every
watch
other
the
commercial.
halftime show?
No.
Yeah,
Oh, I liked it.
it was good.
I was grooving. I didn't understand, and that's fine. I was still vibing.
I am the only person in the world that does not care about anything but the game.
So
when it
you
comes to the
never
Super Bowl.
watched the Super Bowl halftime?
Never. I don't care about the last one I watched was when Paul McCartney did the Super Bowl
Oh, when
What was that? 2003. The Pats were in it. I think it was
Oh,
when they played
wow.
Philadelphia, so that must have been 2004. And he kept saying, "Thank you, Super Bowl," as if the Super Bowl was like a person. I don't know. But that's not. I don't care. I don't care about the commercials. I
You
don't care
don't?
about. No, I don't give.
Oh, the commercials were horrible this year.
Oh,
The commercials
don't
were
give-
so bad
I
this
thought
year.
the Duncan
what?
one was good.
The Duncan was the only good one.
That was a good one. I mean, I love Ben Affleck though.
I mean, they
You
were
guys
all
know that.
AI.
I love him.
everything was every commercial was AI this year. They were horrible.
I do not give a rat's tin shit about anything but the game. Just saying.
Wow. Okay. Well, we were texting during the game, so we all know how we feel about the Patriots.
Yes.
So heartbreaking.
Still love them.
Congratulations,
but-
Seattle,
Yeah,
but still heartbreaking for us.
it was. But I was happy we got there because I did not expect this season. So it's really hard to be upset when you didn't think you were even going to make it to the Super Bowl.
Well,
you
know
know,
what?
like it's
Just getting there is not good enough.
No, you
As
have
far
to
as
win.
I'm concerned,
It's
you got to
unacceptable.
win. And if you're not
You
going
might
to
as well
win,
not.
then
Don't get there. Don't get there.
just remember,
You might as well
second
be
place.
0 and 17.
Second place is first loser.
Yeah.
That's the only thing to
Yeah.
remember.
Losing in the Super Bowl is the same thing as 0 and 17 in my book.
oh my god, you guys are brutal.
Anything less than the Super Bowl victory is failure. Complete and utter
Do you still
failure.
love the
Complete-
Patriots though?
I'll love them when they start winning again.
Yeah,
and if
when
they
they actually
see,
win a Super
that
Bowl-
is not love. You need to love in the hard and
When Drake
the good
May
times.
sucks it up and plays through his injuries and actually plays well, then maybe
love
I'll
Drake
start loving
May.
them.
when
I love him.
when
I
the
love
team
his wife.
realizes that they actually have to play football in order
Yeah.
to win a championship, then I'll start loving them again.
When the offense gets something going, and the defense played great. When the
Oh, the
offense
defense
actually
was
starts to
great.
get something going, then maybe I'll love them again.
So you know what, and you know what? Hey, that's great, Mike Vrabel. I know that you were such a huge part of Patriots championship teams in the past, and I know you took a 4-13 team last year and brought them to the Super Bowl this year. Not good enough. Not good enough.
Like Marshall, not good enough.
You should be ashamed.
We
You're
expect
getting paid the big
stop.
bucks
perfection.
to
We've
win
been-
it all.
We expect perfection around here.
If you are not achieving perfection, you might as well be dead. That's what I say.
Do you
As
expect
a therapist.
Do you expect
I'm
me to
kidding.
drive around my neighborhood waving the Patriots banner in glory? You better be perfect and win the freaking Super Bowl.
And by the way, I'm on the West Coast. Do you know how many insufferable Seahawks fans I had to
Oh.
listen to for the 2 weeks leading up to the Super
Yeah.
Bowl?
You know what I hate? I hate the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl. Why is there an extra week? Why can't we just play the following Sunday?
Gotta hype it up. Gotta make everyone excited
But
for it.
we are excited. Stop. It's so annoying because I feel like so many teams lose momentum. Well, I think at least I always
That's
thought
kind of the
that
good-
about the Patriots, but
That's kind of the goal too. It
hate
kind of
it.
levels the playing field for the game.
I hate it.
Well, I think we should wrap this up because we've been going for an hour and a half, and I need to pee. So
and he
I'm
probably
just
wants to eat.
and I haven't eaten yet.
Okay, who's
That
hosting
sounds
next week? But before we go, cut to the next thing. Who's hosting next week?
With the-
Do we have to decide right now? While,
Do we have to
Are you
decide
going to
right-
cut this part out?
Yes, I'm gonna cut this part out.
Okay.
oh,
Well, what do we want to talk about? We kind of got into some stuff with
If-
Mom tonight.
if you make me the host, I'm going to talk about what is ever happening currently
It doesn't
in the
matter.
world.
People
doesn't
don't like
matter.
people don't like that. They don't want all politics.
Are you saying people are gonna hate this episode?
I
I don't know.
Maybe I might
I-
leave this in.
What'd you say?
I said maybe I might leave this in.
I don't know. Maybe people are tired of hearing about it. There is a balance. I have
There is a
some
balance.
social
But we
media.
But we didn't just talk about the e-files and politics. We talked about a lot of things.
That's what I mean. Yeah, there is a balance.
Let's just freeform it.
Free form. Dave wants
Free
to
form.
go in.
Like
He's
we did
raw
tonight.
dogging.
Hanging, we're just
Dave is raw
hanging out.
dogging.
We're just hanging out with Sibriv
In the basement.
in,
in the hallway.
in the basement or on the stairs.
Surrounded by cobwebs, musty
God.
smells.
But don't worry, they're blankets and pillows.
Pilots to water heaters kicking on and off.
Oh my god, I can't.
This is why our audience loves Sibriv. This is what they come for. You just can't prep for these moments.
I really need a clip of that. And David, this is wrong. I can't even say it.
That was. I mean, you realize we spent like 45 minutes talking about a PDF, and that was probably the most creepy thing in the whole episode.
I can't catch my breath. Oh my god. All right.
Well, with that said, thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm sure you all, like me, are very glad that our mother did not get rid of that thing. And and come back next week when we freeform it. And I don't know, maybe Dave will host for us.
Maybe I will.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
David stands tall like a shadow in the night. Stoic and calm, he keeps the vibe just right.
My wife is texting me, so I'm
The
just
whole
gonna
end
tell her.
the whole end might not make sense if I take it out.
Passion in his words like a rising sun. Sip, breathe, groove, it's the family.
But I'm gonna keep my so I can still hear what you guys are saying.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
All right.
all right.
Okay, shall we watch that? I'm really sorry.
So maybe mom really should have got rid of it. I don't know.